passion, power in my chest. Every punch declares I'm striving for the best. Dodging through the shadows, letting every blow. Heavyweight dreams in the spotlight's glow. Whoa. I'm the king of the ring. I'm the king of the ring.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. I'm Jono, your host. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the description. You can find an invite link to the Big Boys Boxing Discord server. We do a lot of stuff over there. So let's get into this. So it's fight week for Moses Atauma v Dillian Whyte. We will get to that one, but first we have a heavyweight clash on the undercard between Filip Hrgovic and David Big D Adeleye. So, quick look at these fighters. So, most of y'all know these fighters, but we'll have a quick look through. Filip Hrgovic, he is 18-1, 14 KOs, 1 loss. KO loss, as we see here. Daniel Dubois stopped them, right? He was stopped on his feet though, both eyes cut from headbutts, and he was exhausted. He's had a good win over Joe Joyce since then, but prior to that, this Mark Demore fight, he was a late replacement for somebody. It was supposed to be Charles Martin, I believe, but he didn't want to go to Saudi. Before that, we had that Dempsey McKean fight where Hrgovic didn't look great, but not many guys look great against Dempsey McKean. Ironically, his opponent for Saturday, David Adeleye, sparked McKean out in 1 round. Just happened to get that good punch in there early, but Hrgovic did manage to stop him in the very last round. I can't even remember whether he was winning the fight or not. I don't think Dempsey was doing a lot. He's very tricky and awkward. Prior to that, we had a real good fight between Zhang and Hrgovic. Hrgovic got dropped in the first round, but got up on his toes and boxed, and looked like he had a lot better gas tank in that fight. So I don't know, maybe Hrgovic trains harder for guys that he thinks might be more of a challenge. He seems quite dismissive at times. He was very dismissive of Daniel Dubois. In fact, he said if he couldn't beat Daniel Dubois, he should retire. Didn't retire, did he? But yeah, prior to that, don't even bother looking at the rest of his record. The journeyman, nobody really wanted to fight him, so he's taken that loss against Dubois, built himself back up against Joyce here. If he gets this one done, he'll be right in line for a final eliminator of some sort, no doubt. So, we'll have a look at Big D, David Adeleye. So he's 14-1, 13 KOs, 1 loss by KO, and that was to Fabio Wardley. He's got about 1 inch or 2 inches shorter than Filip Hrgovic. He's likely to have a very small reach disadvantage as well. But the experience at world level, even though Filip Hrgovic hasn't had a lot at the top of world level, he had a massive amateur career, unlike David Adeleye. Alright? So that's where the difference comes in. David Adeleye. So, his last fight was a controversial win over Jamie Tekshiva, or Jamie TKV. That was supposed to be ordered as a rematch for the British title, I think it was, but David Adeleye has done pretty much everything he can do at domestic level. It's like passing up that to move on to a much bigger fight, so I don't blame the dude. Maybe if he gets beaten here, which is my prediction, he can go back and take that Jamie TKV fight if Dave Allen doesn't beat him to it. Anyways, prior to that, there ain't a lot on here. I mean, Solomon Dakers, it was Solomon Dakers who Adeleye sparked in 1 round, not Dempsey McKean, my bad. It was Moses Atoma who sparked Dempsey in the first round. I just get my wires crossed there, but he got that first round knockout over there, over the same fighter, that Filip Hrgovic. Oh no, it's not the same fighter because it's not Dempsey McKean, is it? Sorry, I've got COVID. It's messing with my brain today, man. There's the loss. So the Fabio Wardley loss. It was an entertaining kind of fight as long as it lasted, and then he got stopped big time in the 7th. I think David Adeleye in that particular fight was a little bit guilty of waiting too long, waiting to counter, but he just wasn't doing enough. Could he have won the fight? Oh shit, I don't know. They'd have to run it back to find out, wouldn't they? There ain't a lot else on the record though. When you start scrolling down here, look at these dudes. Journeyman, domestic level, basically nobody. So it's a big jump for Big D up to this Filip Hrgovic fight. So how I think this fight is going to go, like I already said, Filip Hrgovic is going to win this fight in my eyes, but here's why. So this camp, he's had a full camp, full 8 weeks in Big Bear, California, up at high altitude. Fitness this time should not be a problem like it was against Daniel Dubois. It was pretty funny though, he didn't have a full camp for the Joe Joyce fight, and he lasted the distance quite easily by the looks of it. He didn't look to tire as much, but he wasn't sitting on big ass punches for the first 5 rounds expecting to get Joe Joyce out of there. He'd been in the ring with Joe Joyce as an amateur several times, so he knew what to expect. This time round he will be in superb fitness in my eyes, I think. Another reason why I think Filip Hrgovic wins is he can actually box really well. He picked up a lot of skill from the amateurs. He hasn't boxed a lot like that in the pros. He's been balls to the wall trying to knock people's heads off all the time, and like we saw in that Dubois fight, he really paid the price for both underestimating his opponent and putting too much on his shots early on. I do believe Filip Hrgovic hits hard enough, but I don't think he is as devastating puncher as many believed. However, I think this dude has, if not the best, one of the very best chins in the heavyweight division. Yeah, he got dropped by Zhang once, but that's Zhang. Anybody gets hit flush by Zhang, they're getting flattened, they're getting banged. But he got straight back up and boxed for another 11 rounds and got the win. He knows how to fight through adversity, especially if he respects his opponent. I'm not sure how much he respects David Adeleye. He was a little dismissive prior to the media sessions that they've been having. But then yesterday I saw at the Grand Rivals, he says, no, I'm not underestimating David. I've been doing everything I can to be in the best shape for this fight. So there's a couple of reasons I think Filip Hrgovic can win this fight. Now, I don't believe David Adeleye has the skill set to be able to beat Filip Hrgovic. I also don't think he has a strong enough punch, because he's been banged by some big punches and nobody's knocked him out. Whereas David Adeleye, yeah, we've seen him get knocked out by Fabio Wardley. At this point, yeah, Fabio hits reasonably hard. Can't make too much of an assessment because he hasn't hit anywhere near the top levels of the division yet. But we know Fraser Clark usually has a pretty good chin, and he caved his head in. But David Adeleye, yeah, he's working under Tony Sims now, so he should have a bit better jab and a bit more twitchy style, but I don't know if that really suits David Adeleye. I think the biggest problem for David is his feet are pretty slow and his defense is a bit lackluster. He looks for big counter punches. I think he's going to find problems dealing with Filip Hrgovic if he's not trying to sit on his punches. Hrgovic this is. He's actually got pretty reasonable hand speed and punch selection. And I imagine under Abel Sanchez and everybody's pointed out that he was dismissive of Dubois and that was a big downfall. He won't be doing that dumb shit twice. Surely he's not dumb enough to not learn from his mistakes. So yeah, I've got Filip Hrgovic winning this fight. I think he'll get Adeleye out of there in 7 or 8 rounds maybe. Somewhere around where Fabio got him out of there. Yeah, somewhere there, but I wouldn't at all be surprised if he manages to get him out of there in like 4. I would be surprised if it ends up going the distance, to be honest. That'd be almost a win and a loss for David Adeleye if it goes the distance. Wouldn't be too bad at the first proper international level fight that he manages to go the distance with a guy that a lot of people do not want to fight. So that's my thoughts. I'm picking round 7. Filip Hrgovic knocks out David Adeleye. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will catch you in the next one. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you.
I'm the king of the ring.